you know, so with no further ado, I'm gonna bring in none other than the guy himself, Andrew. Hold on, I got it queued up. Hold on, coach. I got something queued up special for him, and I messed it up.
1, 2, 3, Andrew buddy! Stop playing with that man.
Hey, Andrew, that's how most of the SWAC got acquainted with your greatness right there through the off-script channel and your exploits in SWAC football. From the day you took your first snap at TSU, you've been one of the most dynamic players in the SWAC, coach, and we're so glad to have you on the show, Andrew. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, Rock. I'm blessed. I appreciate you and Coach Cole having me on the show today, man, for real.
Well, I had to see the one. I came to the game. They say, watch for number 1 on the field, and he's number 1 in our heart. I said, well, I need to know who that is, because I know I took some snaps, too, at Texas Southern. And I have to really say, Coach, Andrew, you really impressed me when I came to see you play.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, for real. That means a lot, especially coming from an alum.
Hey, you got an announcement to make, Andrew, and this is entertainment, Andrew. So we gonna hold off the announcement, but we're gonna get to know you first, Andrew. We're gonna get to know you. So what would you like us to know about you off the bat, man? Who is Andrew Body?
Man, he's just I'll say he's a selfless person that just cares about everybody else reaching their goals for real. Like, for me, everybody around me, everybody in my circle, I want to see winning and stuff like that. So wherever I go, I feel like it's kind of like, it kind of gravitates in a sense. So just a person that cares, loving, you know what I mean? And shoot, he's a great friend at the end of the day and a great person. He does the things that he needs to do.
Well, Andrew, what would your teammates and your coaches say is your most redeeming quality off the field? I'm talking about as far as a character trait that your coaches and your teammates would really appreciate about you.
I would say just how much of a people's person I am. So you know what I mean? Somebody can come into, let's just say they came into the program first day. I'm going to chop it up with you, you know what I'm saying? Pick your brain and shoot. You thinking since I'm just Andrew Body, stuff like that, I'm not remembering your name, I'm going to pop up, give you a whole nickname that I just made you on some stuff. So really just being a people's person, bro. It ain't hard for me to, give the vibe off that I'm friendly and just always showing love for real.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, is there anything you like to ask? I got another question for him because I want to address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is, yes, Andrew Body entered the transfer portal, and he will be making a decision as to where he will be going, attending school next. But as an alum, Coach Cole, I know you can't let that go lightly, Coach. What would you like to say to your fellow alum?
Of course I feel some kind of way because I hate letting go such a talent that he is. And I wish, I could have had a chance to talk to him. But, I know he comes from a good foundation, got great support from home. And I know they put all the chips and everything together and made the right decision. But, one thing about me, I believe in loyalty, and when you play that position, you got a lot of people depend on you, and but whatever him made that decision to make decision, I know it wasn't an easy one. But hey, as a Tiger, we still got a chance. He ain't signing with that, or maybe this big announcement tonight ain't going somewhere. Maybe it's something else. But Body, it was kind of like, you tell me if I'm wrong, like you kind of fell in Texas Southern's lap. I think where you played, you had great stats coming out of high school. One of the top quarterbacks to ever play quarterback in Texas. I would say got passed over, or most likely they didn't give your area enough credit to saying that what you did there really wasn't you, was the competition you was playing against. So you kind of fell in Texas Southern's lap. Can you kind of talk about that?
I would say, like, coming out of high school and stuff like that, like, even when I found out, like, how many yards I had threw for, like, even the news reporting people was surprised. Like, they didn't even know. So I'll for sure say, like, the Corpus Christi area and really the South Texas area in general really gets under-recruited and really no type of notoriety whatsoever. So, but truthfully, I feel like God does everything for a reason, and He put me at Texas Southern there for a reason, and they just gave me the opportunity. That's all that I asked for, and I prayed for, and they was the only Division I school that gave me that opportunity. So I took off and ran with that.
Right. Now, Andrew, as I remember, your freshman year, you weren't the game one starting quarterback, were you?
No, sir. No, sir. I had actually got one play against Prairie View my freshman year due to a helmet coming off.
So let me kind of explain to us how you ended up, and if any of y'all haven't seen the TSU Rice game, you need to go back and watch that game, right? Rice is a Division I FBS opponent, and describe to us how you ended up getting that start, and then kind of explain to us what was going on in that start.
So truthfully, bro, it's kind of funny because like college really went a lot like high school in a sense. So like not being the starter day one really just wasn't like nothing new to me. So you know what I'm saying? I kind of knew that I would have to respond to that adversity and come back harder essentially. So going into that Baylor game the week after PV, it's pretty much me and the starting quarterback and my quarterback coach. He calls us up and he's like, hey, B, you got the fifth drive. He said, after that, we just gonna rotate and we're gonna go with the high hand. I'm like, say less. Let's just do something. I'm ready to get in this game, get on the field, you know, just eager. So I did pretty solid against Baylor, moved the rock a little bit, moved up and down the field, got us a touchdown with our running back. It really ain't called my touchdown, but it's cool though. So then
I was at that game, Baylor game.
That game was so fun, bro. I loved the energy. I loved it. But
at McLean Stadium, yeah, and that's my hometown. So I wasn't at the game, Andrew, but I was definitely tracking that game.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So after that Baylor game, really that like right when we hit Sunday we'll have meetings, go up there and talk. And he was like, hey, you did pretty good against Baylor, so and so. He was like, this week you're gonna be the starter. And ever since then, shoot, I knew I wasn't trying to get off the field, so I was gonna do everything in my power to stay.
You know, Buddy, I've coached. I don't know if you know a lot about me, besides that I'm an alumnus. I've coached a lot of great quarterbacks, and one of the emphasis I put on my quarterbacks is pass completion and winning football games.
Yes, sir.
And I've seen you in 2 games. And just tell me your thinking that we lost at the end, which was the Alabama A&M game when unfortunately you got hurt.
Yes,
and then
sir.
This past week, the Prairie View game, we up by what, 17 in both of those games probably. We up
Yes,
2
sir.
scores. Tell me, going into the series, I'm running on the football field. What is either on your mind or have been drilled in your mind that what we need to do from here with the football? We both in the 3rd quarter, right?
Yes, sir.
Scenarios. You know, and of course, you know, I made my observation, but I want you to know, what are you thinking or what have you been taught when you went out there those first times during those periods of the game that end up turning out that we lost both of those games at the end?
to start that off, I would say like just those two situations, they're kind of like completely like different, if that makes sense. So the Alabama A&M one being really, I mean, really, it was really fourth quarter for real, for real. Us being up and stuff like that, us losing, myself losing our starting quarterback, kind of energy at that point. Having our back, well, really, our first drive ain't even have our backup quarterback going. We actually had went wildcat with Ja'Cory Howard. So with that, you know, being a quarterback, you kind of run off confidence in a sense, really. So I just feel like the whole situation and the way that that was prepped, I just feel like that was just the only thing that kind of deterred us from that win. And really just a lot of people, you know, how people get excited before the game's over and stuff like that. And we all know if you don't handle your business, none of the extracurricular even matters because you ain't do what you had to do. Compared to the PB game this year, when we did end up getting up, now, like I was saying, it's kind of different because now you got me in the game. I'm really at 65% arm wise, so you know what I'm saying, I'm not just able to do my 100% or really just my best performance in a sense. So that was another reason kind of leading into this past season why I felt like it wasn't the best decision for me to play because it wouldn't give my team the best opportunity to win if I'm not my best self.
Well, one of the things that I was when I observed it, I didn't think you were given, and it's not on you. I didn't think you were given enough information on how to handle both of those situations. Before I asked you the question, I was told you I put emphasis on pass completion and winning with
yes, sir.
And in both of those instances, as the Prairie View game, I don't know if you knew, you guys was averaging 10 yards a carry.
Yes, sir.
Between
yes,
you
sir.
and that tailback, y'all was averaging 10 yards a carry. So, and with your arm the way it was, I kind of felt you were put at a disadvantage. So that deal. And then the A&M game, you know, I know you guys, I don't know how close did you guys know that if we want to win this game, it's we going to the championship. You know what I mean? So I still think, because once you broke out and was scrambling, not only did you, to me, would have been get down. Scoring ain't important to us because we were already up. You change hands with the ball. And I think a lot of that body, again, I don't think it's your fault. I think it just wasn't put into you that you know, you needed to get down. You know, it was more important that you got down. But you were so used to putting the whole team on your back. You know, you can agree with this on Rocky because he's so outstanding with the ball. At that time, we didn't need you to. We need you to get down and slide. So I watched both of those games, but I just wanted to ask you what was your mindset. And I figured it was because you're a winner. You're a winner. You're used to carrying the team on your back. You got all you like. I could hear the way you kind, and I've heard all the players think a whole bunch of you. But sometimes playing that position is like you got to be a coach out on that field.
We're gonna take a quick break, and I want to show some footage of Andrew because I think they forgot. Like really, I really, and this game will be ever remembered in my mind as the flu game, right? And not the Jordan flu game. We talking about the Andrew Body flu game. And Andrew probably knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say the flu game, right? We talking about Andrew Body against Grambling. And I just want to show a few of these highlights, man. Now, this is Scotty going off about it. And it's a parody.
With a win, you know what I'm saying, with the flu game. So be mindful, we'll be praying and diligent.
The obligation, my team,
We're just gonna play a
That's
little
my
bit of
boy
this,
right
man.
there.
Give that extra effort.
Gotti, my boy, man.
Andrew's body let him down, right? This week he couldn't practice. He's jumping around. He's ready to go. And they'll need him to make big plays in the air and on the ground.
This Jordan arrives.
Lewis on the punt return. They start with Body on a keeper. He has some room. He has the first down, and Body dives down at a.
Let me
That's
just
something I
stop right.
would-
Let me just stop right there. I know as a coach, you have some advice for your starting quarterback, coach, and you
Yes.
saw what Andrew just did, right?
Yes.
What would you tell Coach Andrew in that situation? Now, not only is he your starting quarterback, but he's a little bit under the weather, isn't he, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely. I tell him, look, we want you for the long run, not the short run. Go on, get on down. Get. See, my philosophy. Give me 3.5. Give me 3.5, and you 3 and 3.5. That's a first down. We want to play first downs, but he's so electrifying. He's so
From the
dangerous.
29-yard line, pick up a 12,
Everybody in the
and
conference
the
is
place will make it 4th and 11. Andrew Body at quarterback. Looking downfield, has a man. This pass is caught, and he's down at the 1-yard line. What a catch by.
Right. You gonna find the way.
Oh, they got matching with Jordan, huh?
It's the flu game,
All
Coach.
the way, despite being sick this week. Body cranking it way downfield. Has his man open. What a catch. And it's going to be A.J. Bennett sprinting for the end zone. And it's a touchdown for Texas Southern. He makes a house call. So Hawkins has the set he wants. Fakes it to Washington. He keeps, and he does not get the first down behind him. What a Ontario.
For real, defense was on.
And it's going to be a Texas Southern touchdown. Then we had 35 seconds
Explain this,
to go.
Andrew. What play is
Body
this,
on a
Andrew?
roll to the right. Now he tries to get back to the
this
left.
is like
Back
a
to the right
rollout
again.
play to the right. We had
Andrew
like a
Body
little
has
snap.
open spaces in front of him. He
I'm
spins.
rolling.
And Body is going to be
And
close
like
to
at
the
first,
end
I'm
zone.
like, man, this is looking like it's finna get cut short, bro. Let me spin back. So I spin back, and it's like my lineman just standing right here. So I'm like, oh shoot, let me go ahead, go back this way. I seen my receiver, but I said, nah, I wouldn't even have made the throw fast enough. I would have missed the throw.
Now, I might give you one more time, Coach Cole. In that play where he literally jumps over a guy backwards, what would be your advice in that situation for your starting quarterback?
Well, hopefully for my starting quarterback, coach, he wouldn't have to make those great plays. You know what I'm saying? You only want him to make those great plays when he have to. Hopefully I could have put him in some better plays to be able to make it happen. But, he's extremely exciting. Again, I had been in them quarterback meetings and stuff like that, but he definitely can extend plays. And that's what the NFL is going to, with some of these black quarterbacks, but there's some other questions, of course. I'm not the armchair. I'm really a coach. I would have to sit down with him and talk to him about, but like I said, he's exciting to watch. I think any team would be lucky, and hopefully Texas Southern is still in the running of being lucky, whoever we decide to choose as a head coach. But I would love to see him stay, and I'm going to say that a couple more times on this show.
On a count of 3, if you at home with me. 1, 2, 3. Everybody!
Got him, man.
Stop playing with that man.
Andrew, I think, okay, we're gonna get we're gonna dig a little deeper here, Andrew.
I got you.
In this regard. With you being one of the most, for the past 2 previous seasons, you being one of the most electrifying players in the SWAC, no doubt, right? One of the most dynamic and productive players in the SWAC, Andrew. However, your team, when you look at wins and losses, right? The wins and losses didn't come at the rate of the excitement based on your play, right? So I guess my question is asking you this, and then Coach, you can follow up on this, Coach. With you turning into the system, Andrew, and then you guys losing games the way you did, do you think you may have, did you get frustrated or anything like that, being that Texas Southern offensively, you were the system and you couldn't just get them over the hump week after week? Did you take that personal or and
I'll say I really, that's crazy, bro, because I have recently, probably like 2 weeks ago, I went back to my city, right? And I just talked to my high school about that, bro. And it's like, for me, bro, I kind of take everything personal, for real. Like, people be like, don't take it personal. Like, nah, I'm finna take it personal because you shouldn't have even did that. But so for me, it's like I just said earlier, I feel like everything happens for a reason. So when my coach always says, he's like, give yourself 10 minutes to kind of react to what just happened, in a sense. So after that, it's kind of over with. But if you just go back and watch the games, like anybody, if like literally go back and watch the games, you'll know that our record for sure didn't define like nothing that we had going on at the program whatsoever, because especially this past season, truthfully, because a lot of like, we know the real. A lot of them teams shouldn't even have been dealing with us, but we just ain't put our best foot forward and execute. So a lot of them losses for sure would have me frustrated after the game, but you can't go back and change nothing at all. So at the end of the day, once it's over, it's kind of over. But best believe get back is for sure put in my mind right after the game.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna back you up from coming out of high school. I
Yes,
know
sir.
when I came out of high school, I was a quarterback as well, and of course I'm from Ohio, and I wanted to go to Ohio State.
Yes,
Now
sir.
here you are, you put your name in the portal, and if you had the option, if people was ringing your phone, if you had the option, where would you want to go play quarterback at?
That's a good question. That's a great question, actually. So really, coming out of high school and stuff like that, really ever since being little, because Leonard Fournette, that's really big bro to me. So seeing him play over there at LSU and stuff like that, that was my dream school coming out of high school. Like, I didn't even have a whole LSU license plate and some other stuff on some being a fan. So I'll for sure say that was a school that I would be interested in, as well as University of Houston, just being in the area right across the street. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to, literally just. And my thing is, bro, like wherever I go, my main objective is to literally be highlighting HBCU athletes, bro. Because for me, we had a lot of good people come out of the SWAC, like good people, like not just. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's
these
some
people
greats
have,
that came out to SWAC as well.
like, literally legitimate chances to go to the league. And I feel like being at an HBCU, like, you get an opportunity, bro, but you don't get a fair shot. Like, you're not getting the same shot as everybody else. And I feel like even Shadur said it at Colorado, the only difference is the O-line and the D-line. Skill position is the same. We still gonna sling the rock the same. Receivers still gonna run the same. DB still gonna guard up. So it's like these people need to recognize, like, it's the whole stage of college football changed now. So I feel like we need to put that out there and let them know.
Now, Coach Cole, I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Coach.
Yes.
If you're a coach, right, and you are considering bringing in Andrew Body,
Rocky,
can you?
No, I am a coach.
Oh, my bad, Coach. My bad, Coach. My coach. Okay, let me correct myself, Coach. If you are one of the head coaches,
I gotta get it right sometime.
Yeah, you do, because I'm an armchair guy over here, right? We got a lot. First off, let me take a pause because we got a lot of requests for this.
On a count of three, if you at home with me. 1, 2, 3. Andrew Buddy! Stop playing with that man.
So check this here out. Andrew, with that being said, you're a bona fide SWAC superstar quarterback. There's no doubt about it. Every school in the SWAC would love to have your services. A guy like you at quarterback, Coach. This is what I'm gonna put on Coach Cole. Coach Cole, if you were a head coach of a program in the SWAC or in HBCU football or in FCS for that matter, what would be your recruiting pitch to get Andrew to come to your school? What would you say to him?
Well, I would say that are you tired of losing? Because I'm a winner, and I'm not. I'm gonna teach you how to win football games. Yeah, it's good to run for 150 yards and throw for 300, but if you ain't winning, you ain't doing your job. That's the job of a head coach and a quarterback, is to win football games. I had a kid named Darnell Kennedy at Alabama State who finished number 6 in NCAA passing back in 2021-22. He started as a freshman, just like Andre Body. He was lighting it on fire. He would drive the team all the way down to the 1 and then throw an interception, or they would fumble. And the thing about him, I said, I don't teach you know how to play, but do you know how to win? You got to do what makes you win. And those are the little things. And sometimes that's of giving of yourself, of that 1 yard or that ride, and keep it and try to make something happen. So again, I only can go back and what I see. I know this, that if I did have him, or if he was available, I'd definitely be in the line to get him, because not only is he a great athlete, he seems like he's a great kid, and he comes from a great foundation, and that's what's important in that position. Just not any kid can take them snaps or to turn your playbook over into him and say, okay, run my team. So it's more than that. And just not against Body, but when you look back over the past, most black quarterbacks, they go to their legs, they go to their athletic ability, because all their life they've been able to do that. But you got to coach them through those periods. Meaning, when you're watching film, he might fake everybody out and run down there and score, or fake everybody out and run. But when he hit his back foot, did he go through his progression? First, second, third. You know what I mean? That's what you got to teach him. And the first thing we always go back to is running. Name a running black quarterback who's won the Super Bowl. And there's only been one that's got there, and that's Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? But to me, Jalen Hurts is a kid that he don't get the props for it. But I think he's the whole barrel of wax. I think he drop back, he can make every throw. Those are things that I would go with Andre Body about, going back, watching film, and saying, all right, what coverage are you in? Where's your primary, your secondary, third? I see that you can extend plays, but can I see you hit that back foot and come off? Because he does have pro potential. You do have pro potential. Right where you are at Texas Southern University.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this, Andrew. And I'll ask you this: is there a coach out there that came to you and said, "Hey, Andrew, we see your ability to improvise. We see your ability to run the football and extend the play, right? We see at Texas Southern, you were the system, right? But sure. Andrew, are you willing to play within our system? What is your response to that?
As long as I ain't changing positions, I'm willing to play wherever.
No.
That's what I really. That's why I really thought you.
Were you in a spread offense in high school?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna go in wing T. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I wouldn't just get into, like a Navy type team.
What I was kind of asking you, Andrew, would you consider developing skills that would have you lean on whatever the progressions is in the offense, rather than leaning on your dynamic athletic ability? Like, most definitely,
because at the end of the day, I feel like I could grow in some areas for sure, and that's like a priority of mine on my list, like to where I want to go. I want whoever my coach is, I want to be able to learn as well as grow with them, because being at Texas Southern, you know what I'm saying, the past couple of years, I learned so much. And I feel like I can elevate my game even more. So getting a coach that could really just take me there all the way to that level, off of what I already learned, that would be amazing.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Coach.
And I have to be honest, you know, I'm putting on my coaches. It amazes me that we had a tailback to rush for 2,900 yards. Could have easily been $3,000, and you finished 3 and 8, and you don't have your quarterback. And y'all two played together last year.
Facts. That's my boy, LD.
Yeah, y'all a hell of a, you and Owens and the other kid, and you had great wide outs, man. I just, you know, it pains me, you know, because I am a Tiger, to see that y'all were very, very talented. You guys were very, very talented. And, you know, I wish I could have been a little more closer to the program to really put my finger on it. But there's some schools out there for you. But like I told you, I'm going to say it all through our show, TSU, you know, that's your home. That's your home. And you know, hopefully, you know, we can get the right coach in there and get you going and bring another championship to our university. I would hate to be playing against you.
On a count of 3, if you at home with me. 1, 2, 3, Andrew Buddy!
Hey, Andrew. Again, I went back and did my research and saw that you were a legendary, historically productive in the high school, not just any state, but the state of Texas. And you know how you know what Friday nights is in the state of Texas.
Come on.
And with that being said, you know, what was your high school experience like? What was being recruited like for you? You know, being that you were legendarily productive.
So I'm gonna just give y'all a whole rundown. Cause look, it's funny. Every time I talk to my partner back in the city, he'll always be like, "Man, AB, I remember how you first started. Whoop-de-whoop." I'll be like, "Man, you a fool, bro." So, like I was saying, like I ain't start off coming in first, just like I ain't in college. So we had to start it here and stuff like that. I moved into Corpus going into high school, so 8th grade summer. I'm really still wanting to stay at my old school, my friends and stuff. But my grandma, she ended up getting sick, and we ended up moving with her and stuff like that. So ended up getting on varsity freshman year. First game, they do put me in like the 5th drive or something like that. But mind you, like my school's terrible at this point. My high school's terrible. Like they was 1-9 3 years in a row before I got there. So freshman year, get in there. First snap I ever get, high school. Go straight through my legs, center snapped it low. Dive on it, get pulled out like 3 drives. So get back in, coach gave me another chance. I run the ball, it's like a power sweep right or something. Try to stiff arm this big old linebacker, bro. My hand flies back at me, smashes on my face, man. This dude strips me, almost scores, bro. I ain't see the field 4 weeks, fam. Like 4 weeks straight, just on the sideline practice. 5th week come, right? We playing the school like in between Corpus and my old town. Halftime we coach is like, man, let's start a freshman out. Let's see what he gonna do. Dude end up doing pretty good, you know. Shoot, I'm really just having fun, truthfully. End up having a pretty solid game. I ended up being the starter. So he's really, the whole time being in high school, we really turned the whole program. So freshman year, we ended up going 4-6. I only played 6 games that year. I ended up having like 1,200 yards freshman year. Sophomore year, what we ended up doing? We went 6-4. We flipped it, got positive That year I had about 3,500. Junior year we went 12-1. Our first playoffs, third round. That year I ended up having 4,100. And the funny thing is, bro, I ain't never run the ball till really my senior year. Like I was really slow. I was. So senior year, our backdoor, we went 9-5. We ended up losing in the fourth round, starting 0-4 in the season though. So I ended up having 4,300 passing and 1,500 rushing that year though.
So I know the city was on fire with you guys making a deep run like that in
And
the
it was
playoffs.
look though, the turn part was in the third round, my junior and sophomore, no, the senior year, we had played Veterans Memorial in the playoffs. And that's the school right in the city too. So that stadium was so packed out, bro. It was so packed out.
So you had a very fulfilling high school football career,
Most
no doubt.
definitely.
No
Most
doubt.
definitely. A blessing. Because, like I told you, them reporters ain't know, and truth be told, like, that's what a lot of people, I feel like they be kind of getting it mixed up. Like, if you just doing what you got to do and stuff like that, handling your business on the field, like, you gon' get all the accolades regardless because you handling your business. So, like, me having them yards and stuff, I really ain't know it till my junior year, till I hit 10,000 actually. Like they hit me up there. It's like, hey B, you know, you got 10,000 yards passing. Cause my coach is like, hey B, 10K. I'm like, what you talking about, coach? But I was number 10, so I'm thinking he was just making a joke.
Oh wow! Let me ask you something. And we talked about what would be your, if you were coming out of high school or whatever, or now you're in the portal. You spoke of LSU being, what kind of program or what kind of offense or what kind of program would you want to go to? Or,
I feel like as far as like what type of offense?
Yeah, would you want them throwing ball all over the place, a mixture?
I for sure want them throwing the ball around, maybe with like a little bit of QB run, but it ain't even got to be that because it's gonna kind of come naturally when something breaks down. You know, either that or some type of pro style or spread for sure, just so I can get that under my belt. Because in the pros, you know, they're doing a lot of under center play action and stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to be ready for that.
Right. Have you ever took snaps from a
Under
center?
center?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We had like a goal line formation, but not really just open field.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this too.
Yes, sir.
When I was coming through, I'm gonna say some names. Your father them probably don't know. We looked up to Lynn Dawson, Johnny Unitas, because I didn't have black quarterbacks coming up until the first time I seen Doug Williams in 77, 78 years. Then we seen Doug and Eddie Robinson. You see your first black head coach. For me, because I'm from Ohio, who is it that you can say set the tone or put it in your mind that this is who I want to be?
So I'll say at first, like a big inspiration for me at first, like for sure was Cam Newton, bro. Like that was my guy. Like from ever since he had first gotten the league for real. I was watching him all the time. I'm seeing him doing all types of crazy stuff, you know. And I'm like, man, like, shoot, I want to do what he's doing. And it's really like, my thing is, bro, being a football player, like, it's really about putting on the show for the fans, truthfully. Like, that's how I think about it. Like, it's about the wins and stuff like that. But like I said, if you're doing what you got to do, it's going to come regardless. I'm trying to show these fans, like, man, y'all just bought these tickets. I'm finna give y'all what y'all want.
What now? I'm gonna take my TSU. I'm gonna put my heart over to the side. All right, there's 11 other schools in the SWAC conference. 11 other schools. Give me your top 3 that you would consider.
top SWAC schools.
Yeah, and we taking Texas Southern out because we know that's number one. You're gonna go back. But what's your top 3 or 4 schools you would go to?
So I got some partners on the team, you know, they from all over the states and stuff like that. So I'll for sure say FAMU cool. This ain't in no order either. This shit right.
Okay.
So FAMU, they cool, they pretty solid. I only been to Florida once, bro, and that was when we had played Bethune. The environment over there is nice though. It's very nice. I ain't never been. Probably Southern, you know the MBR. You know the MBR. Then in my
now, before you finish, now we got Sports Illustrated listening on you. We got all the HBCU channels listening to you. So you know, whatever you say, this is gonna come. Me and Rocky, we got the show, buddy.
You know
I should have told him that.
Andrew, we, and Coach Cole has this same experience. When we get off this show, there's people that's gonna call us and ask us questions about what was said on the show, right? So be mindful as you go through your list, because we just on here having fun with you, Andrew.
Right.
But I know you're in a situation where you're trying to weigh your options and things like that, and you have a huge announcement that you're gonna make here shortly. But before you do that, I want to. I got another.
We'll let him finish his lineup, Coach.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, you got it.
Who else said? I said FAM.
Southern.
Man, because look, Southern, that was my first time ever being in Southern this past year. Because we've been having that Arlington Classic. Bro, when I see you.
That's national championship at Southern.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, man, they environment, once they get them lights going, I ain't gonna lie, they be on go.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'll probably say, trying to make sure I ain't forgetting nobody. Probably.
There's a lot of. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of Jackson State people on here. So if you want to make them happy, you can say Jackson State. But we got a lot of them. We got a lot of Jackson State people on here.
I might have to. I'll probably say, PV's my old high school colors. They cool.
Ooh, you're killing.
Hey, Andrew, you might be on. Hey, Andrew, you might be on to something. Coach, hey.
No, what don't happen? Well, I'm talking now. This Texas Southern Prairie. Man, you don't talk about no Prairie View, man, ever.
I just said some colors.
We don't talk about Prairie View.
Hey.
But we got to get some culture back on that school, man.
Hey, can y'all see that?
I'm just kidding with you, buddy.
Nah, we good, Coach.
Woo.
You know what it is, right?
But look, though, right, this really the part people not understanding, though, bro. Freshman year, bro, I did cool for a freshman, right? Yeah. Sophomore year, I did okay. And both of the years, truthfully, for my, standard for myself is really, I'm just going to say it's really BS because I know what I could do, bro. So wherever I land, bro, wherever I'm at, y'all just tune in this next season because I promise y'all it's going to be up.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Andrew, let me ask you this. Along that lines, you said that you were looking to learn in your next experience, right?
Yes, sir. So
as you going through this process, are you choosing coaches or are you choosing schools?
It's really a mixture of both. I'll say the priority would be the coaches, and then secondary would be the school, if that makes sense. So it's because at the end of the day, you ain't just gonna go somewhere and do nothing. That's dead. So wherever it is, I'm finna have a solid coach and then a solid surrounding cast. So
let me go over a few things, Andrew. how are we academically right now as far as with your grades and all that kind of stuff?
Shoot, man, I just told myself I gotta quit saying that. Man, that's bad. I'm doing real good though, bro. This past semester was actually my best semester while being at Texas Southern. So I was pretty proud of myself for that, truthfully, because I had principles of marketing, bro, and we had a lot of presentations in there. And she was grading real hard. She was grading real hard.
Well,
Okay,
if
go
I
ahead.
could give you some advice, Coach, I thought I was pretty good as well. But at the end of the day, that paper, you can stand on that paper longer than you can stand on a football. So
Most definitely.
make sure you make that a priority. That's real important.
And I asked you that to say the academic prospects at your next school, will that factor into your decision as well?
Most definitely. I have to go to a school that takes at least 85 to 90% of my credits, because I'm not finna go somewhere to try to restart and stuff like we just said. That degree is for sure mandatory wherever. Mandatory. I got to get that for Dukes and myself.
Absolutely. And for us older people, who is Dukes?
Mama Dukes, Miss Body. Everybody knows.
All right.
Yeah, I figured that was. I was going to ask you a question. Again, I've heard the support that you have.
Go ahead, shoot.
We get some calls from the body. I ain't gonna say the body gang, but
association.
Your supporters, and and me being alumnus there, and all that, I get it as well. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
you want to give them a shout out, your parents, your
man. Hey, shout out to Bodies, man. Big Body, Mama Body. Shout out Cuz Trente, man. Hey, cause I promise you, I got the best surrounding cast like in the world, bro. They take care of me. They make sure I'm good, bro. I'm blessed to have them for sure. And shout out to man upstairs. First off, he put me in this position.
With that being said, Andrew, how much does them being in the stands and their ability to be in the stands factor into your decision as to where you want to play?
I mean, that's a big factor as well. Cause I mean, like, if y'all would have just been at TSU for like a week, bro, during the season, y'all would have been like yo people, you would have been like, man, your people stay in Houston? And I would have been like, nah, they don't even stay up here. They would have been like, so where they stay at? And I say Corpus, you would have been like, so how they getting up here? Bro, they is some road runners. Real life, there's some road runners. Like, I feel like wherever I go, they'll if I was in Europe, they gonna find a way to Europe to go watch the game. I mean,
well, let me ask the one question: does NLI money come into your decision, or maybe could come in your decision in some school from out California? We got some NLI money for you.
I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with with kind of what I said about the accolades. That's kind of gonna come with it, bro. Like if you handling your business on the field, you know what I mean? You putting up numbers, you putting your best foot forward, promoting yourself and stuff like that. You got a good social media. I feel like off rip, you're gonna be able to get a simple NIL, and that would literally just marketing and really just networking. Truthfully, networking. That's gonna be a big thing. You could just get on Instagram and text 5 businesses or whatever. You could get 3 deals. All they can say is no.
Yeah. When I seen Ohio State against Michigan, hell, you would have turned that game out for Ohio State. Shit, they definitely could have used you up there. Yeah.
You as we talk about the football, like what Andrew brings to the table from a football standpoint, Coach, there's a school out west in Montana. I believe it's Montana State. The Grizz. I'll just say the Grizz.
Yeah.
Their quarterback, McDowell, plays a lot like Andrew, right? I don't know if and they're in the FCS championship, right? And I'm just going to ask you this, Montana University, okay. Andrew, could you see and that kid, McDowell, is actually from Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
For a bag, would you go out to Montana and play for a program like that?
Like
Hey,
I said, bro,
hold
I'm
on
willing.
before you answer that question, buddy. Ain't no driving up there now. I'm talking about your support staff. Ain't no driving up there.
Driving.
It's like the whole family got to move up there.
Oh, 'cause it's like that.
Up to Montana's way up there.
Hey, the school, the coach is good, everything, the program's good. Come on, let's go ball.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you know, Andrew, I know I like, now me and Coach Cole go back and forth about this. Coach Cole likes an operator who is athletic at quarterback. I like athletic quarterbacks, right? And so immediately after the Jackson State game, your freshman year, I was a fan of Andrew Body. Had nobody at that point been able to move the football consistently against Jackson State. And that first half, you lit them up like a Christmas tree, with your running and passing ability. And unfortunately, the second half, they were able to make some adjustments and kept you out the end zone the second half. So you're my guy. You're the kind of guy I like, right? But
yes, sir.
But in your mind, what style or what type of quarterback are you? Describe who Andrew Body is as a quarterback.
Y'all been on 2K before? Like how they be having them builds? I'm like a three-way scorer, if that makes sense. So I got the throwing, that's one way to score. I got the running, that's one way to score. And then my last one's like an X factor. It's called make something shake.
Now, Coach, what would you want him to use in what order of those three attributes?
I can't argue with him because that's where I got the name of my offense, the Hobo offense, from Madden. My guys that I played ball with, Donald Narcisse and Daryl Colbert and Leonard Moon, that's where they got. They said, Cole, you run that Hobo offense. I said, well, what is that? That high operated big play offense. You trying to score every time, ain't you? And that's where I got the name of my offense. I look, Andrew. I would have loved to coach you. I really would have loved to coach you, and I think you would have really, really had a whole bunch of fun. I enjoyed talking with you. I enjoyed seeing you play. I'm pretty sure that playing with you is a memory itself. Man, I can't say enough. Hey, I got it. One thing about him, I like a cocky quarterback.
Hey, I will say I heard a lot about you as well, Coach. I heard a lot about you as well.
It's all true, man. All of
you the GOAT.
The bad and the ugly. Hey, Andrew, I brought my shirt. Let me see if you can see it. That's the last one. Oh, is that the SWAC championship? Yeah.
I got the screenshot right in my gallery of that 2010 season.
Yeah.
Andrew, we still got time, and even if you want to take calls or whatever, we still can. We can take calls, but I want to give you a chance to make your big announcement right now, Andrew. What is the big announcement that Andrew Body has to make today?
So, hey, on my backup Instagram, my literally the name of it is AB100. So, hey, this is just letting everybody know on this show. Y'all can tell y'all granny, y'all auntie, y'all uncle, y'all cousin, y'all niece, whoever. AB back, man. AB 100. He 100% healthy, bro. Hey, wherever we go, I promise y'all it's going to be a show. I promise y'all.
So the doctor has released you 100%?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. And are
We
you
on
still
go.
training on it, or you've done really with your training and now things can...
Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Friday, March 15th, 2024. Number 1, the United Nations is reporting that more than 350,000 Haitians are now displaced and warned that some 1 million are facing famine as humanitarian aid runs out and the situation in Haiti continues to deteriorate. The United Nations also announced Thursday that it will establish an air bridge or a humanitarian corridor between Haiti and the Dominican Republic to get people out and desperately needed aid in. With Prime Minister Ariel Henry announcing his resignation 4 days ago, questions are growing about how Haiti will establish a transition government with an estimated 80% of the capital city of Port-au-Prince currently under the control of gangs. Number 2, businessman Elon Musk canceled journalist Don Lemon's show on X, formerly known as Twitter, citing a decision not to partner commercially. X maintains a commitment to free speech but emphasizes its right to choose partners. Responding to the cancellation, Don Lemon took to X, expressing his surprise and airing his interview with Musk on YouTube and via his podcast. Number 3, we're continuing our Life's Essential 8 series, and today we discuss how to get healthy sleep. Did you know that getting a good night's sleep every night is vital to cardiovascular health? Too little or too much sleep is associated with heart disease, studies indicate, and according to the American Heart Association's Life's Essential 8, adults should aim for an average of 7 to 9 hours. Learn how sleep affects your health in today's newsletter. Number 4, Righteous Torrance Chevy Hill, a beloved member of Atlanta's LGBTQIA+ community, was reportedly killed last week. He was 35 years old and was the founder and owner of Evolution, an Atlanta-based full-service hair salon dedicated to serving the LGBTQIA+ community, specializing in hair, nails, barbering, and makeup. He was murdered in Atlanta on February 29th. Number 5. Folks who live in the northwest region of Milwaukee now have access to healthier food options thanks to the Sherman Park grocery store. With the help of their community, Maurice Mo Wentz and his wife Yashika Spears are making a significant difference in their community. When they opened their food mart nearly 2 years ago, they became one of the few full-service Black-owned grocery stores in the area, quickly becoming a popular destination for residents in and surrounding the district. Read more about the Sherman Park grocery store in today's Black Business Spotlight. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Let's choose to have a gentle approach when interacting with each other. Nice. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
Hey, my name is Danny Wilson, and I won $500 on the lunch break with AJ Jones.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.